so today is different. Very different.
Very much so, yeah.
Why is it different?
Well, we've been seeing like about 500,000 comments about gear and like what we use to make these vlogs. So we thought we would go over literally everything we could think of that would answer all the questions, because we love transparency on this vlog.
Yeah, which is awesome. But I think the first thing we have to go over is you and who you are.
Right, okay.
So you want to introduce yourself?
Well, hello, I'm Kent. I film and edit a lot of the videos, and by a lot, all of them.
Yeah.
Natalie does shoot as well. We both have cameras, and that's an important thing we'll get to in a moment. But yeah, like I can talk about the creative process behind it in another video sometime, but this one's all about gear.
Yep.
So I'm the intern, I guess, and I make the videos. And
you said that so sad.
No. All right, Nat. So what cameras do we use to shoot the vlogs?
So we use a combination of the Sony a6300 and the Sony a6500. I
would show you the a6300. This is the 500, but that's the 300. It's recording it. So we like them because they can shoot 4K, which is really nice. So we have two presets on all the cameras. One is a 4K, and it's at 24 frames per second, which is really great for talking. It gives me a super wide frame, so if I ever want to take it in and be more zoomed in or not, that's just like a really nice option. And then the second one is just regular 1080p at 120 frames per second, which means it can do really nice slow motion. Essentially, this camera is a little bit nicer. It has a little bit crisper of an image and better autofocus. So Natalie pretty much always has this one in 4K one.
Yep.
Because you do most of your like talking and stuff to this one.
Yeah. And
then that one has a zoom lens on it. So we use that for more, I don't know, artistic stuff.
So I have the 19 millimeter. I think I did Sigma Art.
Yeah, it's a Sigma Art.
Yeah.
And then that one has the just like kit. I didn't even buy a better lens for it. 16 to 50. It has a power zoom on it. It's nice. I like it. Does what I need.
Yeah. Well, what's cool. Okay, so I'm a photographer by trade. We actually have my camera here, and it's a beast. I just want to show you the size difference. Like this is.
That's what you shoot weddings on?
This is what I shoot weddings on. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I, as a wedding photographer, I have invested in Nikon gear always. I've always been a Nikon girl, and a lot of you guys already know that. But there's this, actually I wonder if I can just set it up here so you guys can see it, but it's probably gonna fall over. I'll just hold it. There's this idea, essentially, that the bigger the camera, the better the camera. And what I've actually found and been really intrigued by with the Sony is that it's so much smaller, but for vlogging, it's so much more discreet. Like I had this idea of, oh yeah, bigger camera, better camera, but I'm so glad that I can throw this in my backpack, throw it in my purse, take it anywhere with me, and it works incredibly well. Incredibly well, actually. Even for photo, I've done some photo on it too, which is great. Yeah, microphones I knew nothing about until.
Yeah, so these microphones are essentially, everyone always asks us what this like big fluffy soft thing is on the top. This is the Rode Video Micro, I think.
Yeah.
And it has this big dead cat on it. What a horrible name for it.
I know, it is really sad. We keep joking that we want to put googly eyes on the front of it, but we realize that would completely defeat the purpose.
That would, essentially undo the fact that we had a nice microphone on it.
Yeah, basically.
But this is like a pretty inexpensive microphone. It's really great. What this does is it essentially makes it so that when there's wind, you can't hear the wind noise at all, which is a pretty cool feature, because a lot of times, like when we were traveling to Tahoe this weekend, we're going on the boat super fast. We could still talk to the camera, even though there would be an insane amount of wind. So it's really nice. Natalie and I do actually have different tripods on them. This one you found and really like. What is this? I
love this. So this is a Manfrotto, but the thing I like about it is that it really easily converts just into like, honestly, just like a monopod. Like it almost feels like a glorified selfie stick. But it's easy when I'm running with a laptop and I have to throw this down because we have a meeting or something, and I can literally just set it up and go. I've loved it. Again, discreet. Like for me, I think I was so nervous about vlogging and just having some big camera all the time and have people like look at me, right, and be sort of aware. And this is so small.
It really is.
It's like you don't notice it. I can sit in a meeting and put it on a shelf and people don't even see it.
Yeah.
As opposed to what you use.
Yeah. So I use the Joby GorillaPod. I think it's the aluminum one. It looks like that. I think that's helping. Yeah, all the links to everything we're going to be putting here are going to be in the description as well if anyone's curious.
Yeah.
But it's really nice. The thing that differentiates the plastic one, the white one that you'll see, and this black one, is the black one's made of aluminum and it doesn't get week. So the plastic ones will work really, really well, and especially because they're only 20 bucks, they'll work really well for like a couple of weeks, and then it'll completely be useless. So, cameras, mics, tripods, computers.
Oh.
Computers. This is the big old debate we've got going. So these are the two computers we use. Mine is a lot better than Natalie's.
No, it's not. That is not true at all. In any universe at all. It's not true.
So
no.
I have the, oh wow. I have the Microsoft Surface Book, and Natalie has the
MacBook Pro.
The new one.
Yeah, the new one.
The one with the crazy touch thing.
Yeah, because my other one just died. Not because they're not good. I worked it to death, and then it died, so I just got the new one.
It's also a pretty bad computer.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
Natalie and I are in a big debate about whether Windows or Mac is better.
It's not really a debate because Mac already won, so you can't. Like, if there's no debate at all.
No. What goes after computers? Hard drives.
Yeah.
I think that's a super important one.
I feel like you should just cover this because honestly, I think it's really rad how you edit and set everything up.
This is like my own.
This is so cool.
My own custom like setup for editing.
Mm-hmm.
So we start with this one. This is a Seagate 4 terabyte. It's like 110 bucks on Amazon.
Yeah.
I literally have my own this exact setup, but this is just the vlogs one. So this is a 4 terabyte. We just use this for backup, and by backup I mean not backup, just the up. We use this little guy, the 500 gig Samsung solid state drive, which essentially makes file transfer a lot faster.
Yeah.
So I just use this one straight to my computer, edit all the videos off of this, and then right when we're done, move all the files over to this one. Yeah. So everything is here.
Yeah, it's your storage. This is storage, this is like operations, like what you're using.
Yes, so there technically is no backup, which I know we are going to get a lot of hate for.
I mean, there will be backup. I've got a Drobo. We're gonna back it up.
Oh, then we've got backup. Just kidding. Oh, but this is my like life pro tip. These little guys, and then even these guys get like tossed around, and you got to be really careful with them. So I found an amazing solution. A good friend taught me this. Another YouTuber. Fun story.
Love it.
I went to the store and I bought these little Velcro strips, and I stuck them on the back of my computer, and then put 2 little dots on these hard drives, and so boom. He just Velcros right on there, so while I'm editing, I can be mobile with my hard drive. What?
It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. I've been editing off of hard drives for 7 years now, and I've never seen that.
Yeah.
That was the first like comment I think I made when we like started.
This is, actually it was. This is probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I love it so much.
It's awesome. No, the coolest thing I've ever seen is Kent's handwriting.
Oh no. Natalie got so mad at me the day I went and labeled them.
Okay, I didn't get mad. I'm just like, did you have to write on it? And then I also asked him, is he sure he wants to vlog? Because he could be a great doctor with that handwriting.
But yeah, so I recommend if you're going to do any sort of video editing, there's a good chance your computer is going to be okay for video editing, but get yourself a solid state external drive and edit off of that. By meaning, when you open up and make a library, this is just like a really quick tip for those nerds out there. When you make a library, open the library from this drive. It'll make everything faster. It'll help, I promise. Okay, we're done with hard drives.
Yeah.
What's now? Oh, second cameras, this iPhone and GoPro. The next set of cameras we've got is our GoPros. We have the GoPro Hero Session, I think, this one. And then this is yours, the Hero 4.
Yeah, I've had it for a while. I bought it, I think, 2 years ago.
No way?
Yeah, a long time. Yeah, I didn't get a ton of use out of it, actually, to be honest. I think I thought I would get more use out of it, but we've been using a lot more now, which is great. And honestly, so for us, I mean, we do a lot of traveling, and we're constantly in the car. And what's been really awesome is with the suction cup, we can just stick it right on top of the car and go. Yeah. We've never had a problem with it.
It was a little scary at first, but like, I knew it'd be fine.
I drove it over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge last year, like 3 times, so I'm pretty confident in it. But I can understand why you'd be freaked out at first. Yeah, it's a little weird. Yeah. We have to get brave enough though to start sticking it on top of Ubers and Lyfts.
That would be incredible.
I'm not that courageous to just like walk up to someone's car and be like, "Hi, thank you for letting me ride with you."
Okay. And then the next camera that we don't use as often,
but we've used it.
But I think is a incredible thing.
Yeah.
My iPhone 7.
Yeah.
Plus, what do you have your phone with you?
Yeah, it's behind you charging.
Oh, it's charging.
But it's a 7.
We both have a 7.
Yeah.
Okay. The camera is really great. I think a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I need to jump to like a Sony or I need to jump to whatever. You don't. Camera quality, in my opinion, is so relative, and it's really about what you can like do with the video.
Yeah.
So actually, when we shot vlog number 4, which is when we were out traveling and visiting, and we did the first day of the drones with
Grass
the waterfall.
Valley.
A lot of that vlog was shot with this.
Yeah.
Because just what the camera can do is really nice, and it's so portable, and I just don't want to encourage people to buy big cameras when they've already got a really good one in their pocket. Definitely use the front camera, but...
Yeah. No, I mean, the thing is, like, one of the first things I ever learned in photography was the best camera is the one you have on you.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like one of the most famous quotes, I think, about photography, but it's very true. And I think you also just have to remember, again, it's not about the size of your camera or how expensive it is. It's about, I think, the creator behind it. It's just a tool. Like, an oven doesn't make a great cake.
Yeah.
A great baker makes a great cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things we talked about when we were starting this, we were like, oh, should we go to like the A7, which is like the camera up from these ones?
Yeah.
And then there was like some Canons that we talked about that were like a step below.
But I couldn't do Canon because I shoot Nikon.
Yeah.
That is like
It's true.
a Mac and PC debate. It's worse.
Oh man.
It's worse.
So essentially, I just wanted these like middle of the road. They're small, they're lightweight, they're incredible cameras. They just work so well for what we're looking to do. We don't need anything super duper special. So that's great. Oh, last but not least, bring it out, bring it out. The one and only Mavic.
Yep.
People say a lot of things about drones, and I will say this little thing is pretty incredible. I've used a lot of them before, and just like how convenient this is. We have this case for it, but pretty much every time we go out anywhere, I just take it out and put it in my backpack.
Which is, okay, time out for a second. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane because every drone I've ever seen or ever interacted with, whether it's at a wedding or just honestly like out and about while traveling, it's massive. And when we went to New Zealand, we took DJI, I think it was like the 4.
Probably the 4, yeah.
Yeah, we took the 4 with us, and Tyler did, and Ashley, and I just remember it was just massive, and its case alone is like huge.
Yeah.
So it's a game changer when you could just throw it in a purse.
Definitely.
Or a backpack.
Definitely. It still does 4K, and it can do the same video specs we do on here. Actually, it only does 4K at 30 frames. I think it might do 24. I just haven't changed it yet. So whenever I use the footage from this thing, I have to slow it down, or no, speed it up. One of the two. I have to make the frame rates the same.
Yeah.
Oh, the last thing I wanted to talk about. The last thing I wanted to talk about was editing software. We edit all the videos on Premiere Pro. I'm a big Adobe fan. I used to do it all in Final Cut, but I switched over to PC because it's better, and then just decided to move to Premiere because it's the only option, and it's really great. That's how we make these vlogs.
Yeah.
Sorry I talked so much.
No, it's
Natalie
good.
can continue.
This is gonna be the best vlog we've ever done because Kent talked the whole time.
No.
And you know a lot about this stuff, which is cool. But I think the big thing is big takeaways. So what would be some of the takeaways?
It's super important to like understand all your equipment. So with these cameras specifically, I know, like, I just learned as much as I could about them to make them work for me. So I didn't need a big camera. I didn't need a super nice lens. I figured out how to do exactly what I wanted with what we've got, and that has been super helpful for me. Because I don't need to like compare myself to someone who's like, oh, you're not shooting on the A7, or you're not. I'm like, I don't really care. I'm shooting exactly what I want to be doing, and the vlogs look really great in my opinion. So, don't stress about it. It's not about who's got the biggest camera.
No, it's not. And I think, so another key takeaway for anyone who's a photographer, because I know a lot of you guys who follow me are photographers as well, it is, and I'll just be super honest, like video and just film in general is so incredibly inspiring, but it is such a different mindset.
Yeah.
Like the minute you add audio and music, and movement, it changes everything. So for me, even just like learning how to film, I feel like I've been watching a lot of what Kent's doing, and then ultimately just trying to see it differently. And by see it differently, what I mean is in a still frame, you know, I'm thinking about things like foreground blur and bokeh and how I'm framing something. But in film, you not only have to think about that, but you also have to think about the action of what's unfolding and capturing it in a certain way and move it. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to take on. So if you're a photographer and you're thinking about starting a vlog or you're thinking about incorporating video, I would just say practice a lot and don't be afraid to change your frame of mind. You're gonna come into it with certain biases because you're used to shooting in stills. And I think for me, it's been trying to step outside of that and get creative and also be afraid to make mistakes. Not afraid to make mistakes, I mean. Like, just make mistakes constantly.
Oh, the vlogs are really heavy.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So wait, how much storage? How much storage are we taking up so far? So we have a 4 terabyte drive?
We have a 4 terabyte,
Okay.
and we've done about...
In a week and a half? 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Okay.
We've done about 1.5 terabytes. So 1,500 gigs of video. Yeah, it's not light. It's not easy.
That's insane. Because so a typical wedding, to give you guys context, so when I shoot a wedding, I'll shoot on average just a little under 100 gigs.
100 gigs.
For a wedding, which is a lot, but it's
That's a lot.
It's photo, but I'm shooting, you know, anywhere from like 3,000 plus frames.
Wow.
And so it's a lot. So
that's pretty huge.
I'll go through a 64 gigabyte card and then 1 to 2 32s on the Nikon D4S.
Wow.
But that still to me is like, that's a lot because we're not recording all the time. Obviously it's like clips and moments and like snippets that you stitch, but it's just such heavy, like it's such high quality video.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That it's heavy on the drives. Like I'm wondering if we're gonna need another drive.
By the end of the summer?
Not even like
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Very, very soon.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that storage is really cheap right now, so it's not like that big of an issue.
Yeah.
It sometimes sucks, but like it's still manageable, and it's nice to like keep everything.
Yeah. So what do you delete any footage and explain why not?
Oh God. You give me so much anxiety when I look at the camera and the numbers are not in order anymore.
He gets so mad at me because I delete the bad clips and then I get in trouble.
Do not like deleting video. I think it's really important that you not necessarily represent yourself, but you just kind of record everything you possibly can, and then in post we can make as many decisions as we want about what not to put in. So when I see clips missing, I'm like, oh no, especially because my biggest fear is we don't put enough talking into the vlogs and it's just B-roll.
And you know which ones I'm deleting. I'm always deleting the ones where I'm talking.
Only the ones where you're talking.
And I sound
and
so
I'm like,
silly.
No, we needed that so badly. Even if you like said, if you said the most ridiculous stuff in the world, I would still be like, thank you. I would rather cut it out than not have it at all.
Well,
we edit everything on here, so everything gets imported onto here. And then right when the vlog is done, I take all the footage off of here and put it onto this drive, and then relink the footage inside Premiere to this. So when I need that old footage, all of my projects and everything is still in there. I just have to plug this in, and then it'll recognize where all the footage is. Because, you know, and if any of you have ever used Premiere, if the footage isn't there, the whole program freaks out. It's like, what are you doing? We keep everything, absolutely everything. Every file, every song, every whatever that goes into it, it's all inside its own folder. I try and keep things very organized.
Cool.
Sorry that there wasn't a vlog today. We wanted to do this to kind of help everyone out.
Yeah, well, we get so many questions. So many people
Yes.
keep asking. So I've wanted to basically send them this instead. And I'm like, we just need to do it. So we were like, yep, we'll do it today.
Yep. All right, well, let us know if you have any other questions that are like similar to this kind of thing, that we can just explain it all at once.
Yeah.
We love answering the questions, but sometimes typing it all the way out isn't the best way.
Yeah, and this is hopefully better and a better way for us to connect with you guys. And just a reminder, so everything will be in the description below, and you can access any of the gear that we use. We're happy to answer any questions. I'm learning, so if you're new to this, like, feel free to ask questions. We can direct them to Kent. He'll make sure that they get answered.
Yeah. Feel free to reach out to either of us. I'm sure we
Yeah.
could answer any very specific question that you have.
Yeah, no, for real. And don't be afraid to try it. Like, this is something that I was nervous about and I was so scared of for so long, and it's been so much fun.
Yeah, it's been really cool.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for watching. We will see you in a vlog tomorrow.